Congratulations are in order for Argentina. 25 points to 18. Winners over the All Blacks on New Zealand soil for the first time ever. I'm wondering how many firsts are we going to see? First lost to Ireland at home. First series lost. Who hasn't beaten us? Scotland? Scotland, you must want to play us at the moment. You guys would love a game over here. Wales, you haven't beaten us for a while. Goodness gracious me, man. 25-18. Just dominated up front. Hey. Anyway, we'll go through some key events and some stats. I'm still kind of in a bit of shell shock. But, yeah, you guys can let me know how you saw the game. And, yeah, we'll go from there. Interesting to see the All Blacks opt for a 3 early, and it was good to see us down in Christchurch for the first time in a long time. You know, with the stadium issues they've had down there, they've been neglected, but good to see. Good turnout from the crowd. All Blacks opt for a 3 early, but they miss. Tough kick. Not the kind of one that you really want as your first kick of the game. And Mo'unga at his home ground, I guess they'd back him to get it, but he misses that one. Boffelli, on the other hand, makes no mistake, and boy is he good with the boot. Just generally this rugby championship season, but especially in this game, he was lethal. Now, I've done enough stats to know that his goal kicking last year was pretty patchy. So whatever they're doing at the moment, they're doing it right, because he's in an absolute rich vein of form. 8 minutes in, Argentinians have got the lead 3-0. Gajo's got a no-arms tackle in on one of the AB's boys. This time the All Blacks switched tack. Opt for a maul, and or at least for touch, then for a maul. And I would have thought maybe that's the kind of confidence they would have been backing themselves when they took that early shot at goal. But I guess hindsight's 2020. Taukei'aho though powers over for the first try of the game. So man, this is looking like a wise decision. It always looks good when it pays off. 5 points to 3, misconversion, but the All Blacks are in front. The scrum's getting on top. They got a line out. They got Clarke running in from a line-out kind of strike play, and he's the kind of guy who looks like, you know, he's got the bulk to move into the midfield one of these days from the wing, so I was loving that. I was quite pleased. But then they knocked it on. Argentina would win a penalty. New Zealand were getting kind of semi-warned for being offside too much, like the ref said to Sab K. Not an official warning, but you're offside a lot, so give it a rest. They would pay for it a bit later, the All Blacks, but Argentinians in front from the boot, 6 points to 3. And then the All Blacks were living a bit dangerously at times. Like Mo'unga, 1 point, kind of runs it out of his own 22. Alamano was the man he beats, the big lock, but Alamano manages to somehow grab him, just barely, as he's going past him. So good commitment from the big man to catch the littler man. But still, like I said, the All Black scrum is on top. That's one area they're looking pretty dangerous, but it's the breakdown. The breakdown was a struggle, and it's been an area of concern for a long time for the ABs. Long enough that I remember looking at the year-on-year stats, or at least team stats for last year, and it's sometimes hard to use numbers to get a measure for where your forwards are at, but ruck completion percentage and turnovers conceded at the breakdown were some of the ones where the All Blacks were struggling, and such was the case here, unfortunately. Like as I said, it was good to see the scrum doing well, but remember, it's some of the younger Argentinian props that are out here as well. Guys like Codella and Tetas Chaparro were not on the field. So, yeah, anyway, All Blacks go 17 phases, eventually opt for a 3-pointer, and Argentinian's defence not conceding any tries from there, and it's 8 points to 6. So the All Blacks are back in front, and then starting to look like real happy days when the Clarke try happens. It's an Argentinian line-out that goes awry. The All Blacks get the ball wide. Savea with a nice pass in it. There was multiple hands on the ball. Rieko had his hands on it, and Clarke is the one who finishes it off. So good bit of counter-attacking play. But I guess from an All Blacks point of view, a little bit concerning that one try is a maul try, and the other try is a turnover ball. That's it. Kind of hard to break down the Argentinian defence from there. And I guess the Argentinians proved maybe something that the South Africans haven't done in their last couple of games, is that if you just keep taking the threes, you can actually win games. You know what I mean? Like there seems to be a bit of an attitude from a fair few teams recently, not just any one team, that, you need to go for the tries. You can't win games in 3. You can't beat New Zealand down in New Zealand if you're just going to kick threes. Well, nope, you can. Montoya wins a turnover on Will Jordan. That's another 3-pointer for Boffelli's boot. Then another one at line-out time. Means it's 15-12 at half time. So really tight stuff, man. Nothing much in it. Nothing much in it at all. So, yeah, kind of troubling, but I don't think I was really that concerned at half time. I still felt like the All Blacks are going to, eventually tire the Argentinian pack out. They've been making a lot of tackles, the Argentinian boys, but man, they kept going. Second half, it's Argentina with 12 phases before knocking it on. New Zealand looked, I thought, it's the first time I write the note, rattled, looking a little bit rattled. Like when Jordie opts for like that long distance 3, that was one of those ones where, I don't know, you've been going for the maul before, you've kind of flipping and flopping as to whether to take the 3 or to take the, go for touch and go for some territory, get some maul pressure going on. That was a weird one. That's a hard kick. I would have thought take the field position. But again, it's easy for me to sit here on my chair and say, you made the wrong move at the time. But, missed the shot at goal. And they also replaced the front row pretty early on in the second half, which I don't know if that was like trying to emulate the whole bomb squad thing that the Springboks are known for, or just that they thought, they wanted some fresh legs. But I thought the starting front row was doing pretty well in the scrum, so it didn't seem like the most opportune moment to switch him, but they switched him. So that's what I was thinking. Like, are we a little bit rattled here? Do they need changes? Is that why they're making the changes? But still, as I said, not my heart rate wasn't up at that point. It's like we're going to lose this game. But anyway, we'll keep going. Sam Cane gets tackled off the ball, which was kind of a tough one because he had touched the ball, hadn't he? And he got slammed, I think, by Juan Gonzalez not long after. Kind of a soft penalty, and the All Blacks kick it to make it 18 points to 12. But then pretty much from the restart, maybe a bit of justice if that penalty was soft, because they only replayed it once, and I'm assuming that's the one that the penalty was conceded for. If that was indeed the one from Juan Gonzalez on Kane, that was soft. From the restart, the All Blacks muck it up. Barrett misses it in the air, Scott Barrett. And, Juan Gonzalez, he's got wheels. And if you've been watching him in the last 2 games against Australia, this is not his first try of the championship. He's a tackling machine and he's got wheels. So, that put the Argentinians in front. 19 points to 18. Argentina's turn to fail from the restart, though, and that has been an area of concern from them throughout the Scottish series as well. If the All Blacks had been doing their homework, I like to think they would have focused it on that area. All Blacks' second front row is dominating too, which is kind of pleasing, but then they would always muck it up with something stupid, like line out, they had an obstruction one, where they was trying to set the maul, so it's kind of an easy exit for the Argentinians. And then another breakdown penalty for the Argentinians, man. Just keep that scoreboard ticking along. Pressure starts to mount as the scoreboard gets away from the All Blacks. 22 points to 18. All Blacks go for a long restart after that one, which is another one where I'm questioning why are you going for a long restart, a no pressure restart for the Argentinians. They've got a track record of not. This one area checker hasn't got them that right from the restart on their, when they're receiving the ball. But it's kind of a relatively easy exit for the Argentinians guy, especially when their forwards are just dominating the contact. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, Crema gave away a pretty soft penalty from like kick chase because he was in front of the kicker, and that's one of those times where I feel like I know this ref is Georgian, and English is his second language, but he kept calling like Argentina, and the All Blacks. Just call them a colour. I've always been a fan of just pick, you guys are going to be black, and you guys are either blue or white, or I don't know, what is Spanish for white, like blanco or something. Like one word, like preferably a one-syllable colour. They never say yellow, they say gold when they're referring to teams, because he kept saying Argentina 7. That's a mouthful, man. If you just say blue 7, it's quicker. Crema might have heard you because he was screaming it, but Crema didn't hear him. Anyway, that's just kind of by the by. But Crema, soft one from that kick chase. ABs go for touch again. They missed the line out. Kane has a tackle off the ball himself after having it done to him earlier. And guess what? Boffelli slots another one, 25 points to 18. That will be the final score. But that's enough to really, really start, putting the wind up the All Blacks. I think now you're starting to get a seed of doubt. Man, we need to score now if we're going to win this game, right? AB's going through a load of phases. Orlando wins a turnover. Penalty count starts to add up. Fair enough. Frizell gets yellow carded. It's more of a team penalty, but I think that one was for coming at the side of the maul, or was it collapsing? Can't remember. And it's not like the All Blacks didn't have their chances to finish this game off, right? Well, not to finish it off, but to get back in the game. They had chances. I do think the Argentinian guys were getting a bit tired. Not that they got tired enough that they conceded points, but the chances were there. I mean, you got to give credit to the defence though. Like when Whitelock's having to throw a wild offload that I think Havili ends up knocking on or something. That's how you know the All Blacks guys are under pressure. But I mean, Bauer still dominates at scrum time. They win a penalty, then they lose the line out. Petty competing in the air for that one. So that's one chance gone. Orlando's got a high tackle on Jordan when the All Blacks are attacking again. They go through advantage. Phases. The All Blacks attack never quite clicked, eh? It didn't look like it was going to bust the Argentinians down, which is concerning because that's what we've seen when we played Ireland and when we played the Box in that first game. Like the All Blacks go wave after wave and nothing's doing. 20 odd phases. Back for the advantage, so it's a long advantage. All Blacks have still got another chance. 78 minutes. It's a line out, 5 metres out. And the bloody thing's not straight. Not straight. Like, you can't be doing that if you're a team that wants to be anywhere near number one in the world. That's not the All Blacks of old, man. The All Blacks of old come back in the final 20, but this ain't the All Blacks of old. This is another bit of history. Congratulations to the Argentinians, man. Absolutely immense. Stats-wise, I mean, the All Blacks defense, 93%. That's a pretty good number, right? 95 is usually phenomenal. 93 is pretty bloody good. Anything above 90 is very good. They make 87 tackles. If you think 93 is good, the Pumas are at 96%, which also speaks to how much the All Blacks attack struggled. 195 tackles. That's a stupid number, man. That's so high. Possession, All Blacks 60-40. Territory 63-37 for all the good it did them. Run meters 420 to 188. Kicks from hand, man, 15-25. Argentinians played smarter, played harder. Just the forwards, I think, really won this game for them. And then Boffelli's boot, when they had chances, man, the guy was lethal. Line out 9 from 12 for the All Blacks. Touch low, 10 from 12 for the Pumas, slightly better. Penalties conceded 14-12, so it's another one where the penalty count crosses into the teens for the All Blacks. So, yeah, pretty troubling. I'm saying troubling, but man, the Argentinians are a genuine contender for the Rugby Championship at this point. They've beaten the All Blacks in New Zealand. They've got another game in New Zealand, so we'll see if they can back it up 2 weeks in a row. I'm not getting ahead of ourselves, but I mean, Montoya said in the interview after the game that basically, I think what he was trying to say was this is not like a fluke flash in the pan moment, like nothing magic. Like this is hard work. This is where we're at. So we need to crack on. So that's a good mentality to have. Matera, 36 metres, 2 defenders beaten. Orlando in the midfield, 18 from 19 tackles. Montoya, 21 from 23. How many turnovers did he win? Crema, 26 out of 27, dominating the contact. Clarke, 49 metres and a defender beaten. Savea, 9 from 9 tackles. But yeah, man, the All Blacks guys just really struggling. Breakdown. Line out. I guess, I mean, there was the one good maul, but kind of the key stuff that you would expect to get right. So, yeah, congratulations, Argentina. Really, really, really good job. Special. But for us All Blacks fans, I think I listened to the post-match interview with the Carlton Nana, who's like one of the All Blacks or Sky Sports commentary team sideline people, with Sam Cane, and it's just becoming, it's not even like emotional anymore. It's just pretty blasé. Like, oh yeah, we lost again, but you get to go again next week. How do you feel about that, Sam? And I don't know, things like, how do you think the forwards went? There were some positives. Must be watching some different games for all. David Kibwell, good work on the defence with the Pumas boys, because they stepped up and did a great job for you. And Havili with the boot. I'm not going to go on, but yeah, the Pumas were special. I mean, the game was pretty ugly. The penalty count was high. But yeah, it was certainly like my heart was pounding at the end. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I love the drama, but I'm sick of the All Blacks getting beaten. Anyway, I better go, folks. I've been rambling on. Yeah, you guys take care of yourselves and let me know your thoughts. Talk to you guys again soon.